Hello everyone. Hi, how are you? This is Kei. And today is the 30th of May on Tuesday. And this is a live stream. Today, I am starting live 1 hour earlier than regular schedule because I have a meeting after this. So I just wanted to say hi to everyone and share my analysis. So let me start the live today. Okay, so all right, let me one announcement quickly is that the GTS Global Trading School in July is now open, and there are only few seats available. So if you're interested, then please let me know by email, then I can give you more details. Okay, so let me switch trading view and start to look at some charts together today. So let me see. Okay, I will just choose the daily time frame today and share my analysis, check charts one by one. So I have been monitoring the JPY pairs this week because they have been moving up last week. So I was monitoring first Euro JPY, but yesterday and today is retracing, so this may not be a good chance still yet. And also I was watching the USD JPY, but today it's retracing, so no trades for me. And USD Swiss franc was technically bullish, but well, actually it was sorry bearish, but the price is now within the Kumo on the daily, so I'm not really looking for an opportunity yet. And then also I was looking at the pound JPY. Yeah, pound JPY, I was looking for the buying edge today, but I couldn't find, so I'm still monitoring this pair because this is nicely bullish. Yeah, so first let me start with pound JPY. And this pair, the Kumo is now bullish, Kijun Sen is up, and Senko Span A, B both up, and the Kumo thickness is there, so this means that this market is stably bullish. And Tenkan Sen is bullish, and Chikou Span above candles. So whenever I look for an opportunity, I look for a trending market by Ichimoku, like this based on higher time frame, and then look for an opportunity in the lower time frames. So since this is bullish, let me also check 1 hour. And 1 hour and M30 are called mid time frame for me. So daily and the 4 hour, I call them higher time frames, and 1 hour and 30 minute, I call them as a mid time frames, and 15-minute time frame and 5-minute time frame, I call them as a lower time frame to look for my opportunities. And since daily chart is not bullish, as I mentioned just earlier, so if I can confirm the bullish trend based on either 1 hour or M30, then I look for an opportunity by the lower time frames. And that's why I check 1 hour now. And 1 hour shows it's not bullish. In terms of Ichimoku, Kumo is now flat, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both flat, and Chikou Span above candles. But since Kumo flat, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both flat, this is not the best timing for me to trade. So I simply wait until Kumo turns bullish and Kijun Sen turns bullish and look for a buying opportunity in the lower time frames. So this one I continue to monitor until they point up. And then also I check 30-minute time frame too. And 30-minute time frame shows that the Kumo is not bullish since Senko Span A is up now. So Kumo is looking very good, but Kijun Sen is now flat. So I wait until Kijun Sen points up and look for a buying opportunity in the lower time frames. Because when Kijun Sen is flat like this, this means that this is range in the midterm. Ichimoku shows a long term for Kumo, a midterm for Kijun Sen, and short term on Tenkan Sen. So this is short term on Tenkan Sen. So I usually basically follow the lower long term and mid-term trends. So if I see long term and mid-term trends both at the same time, then I take that as higher time frame and the mid time frames. So now in that sense, long term Kumo is now bullish, but mid-term Kijun Sen is now flat. So this means that the market may range after this, or it may retrace, it may break the Kijun Sen and goes down to Kumo 2. So in this case, I don't look for an opportunity yet until Kijun Sen points bullish. So this is what I call the confirmation phase. So every time, whichever markets I look at, I check higher time frames first, and then break them down to the mid time frames. And if mid time frame looks good, then I check 15 or 5-minute time frames and look for an opportunity. So pound JPY, I wait for again Kijun Sen up on 30-minute chart, or I wait for the Kumo and Kijun Sen to be turning bullish in 1 hour. So yeah, basically I'm a trend follower. So whenever I see trends based on Ichimoku and based on my own strategy, I look for an opportunity. So pound JPY is now still flat. So I just skip this one. And also I was monitoring pound AUD. So pound AUD is now bullish. If you look at the daily time frame, pound AUD shows the Kumo is now bullish, and Senko span B is up, and Senko span A is also bullish, and Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both bullish too, and Chikou span above candles. So this is a bull trend as per daily chart. So I check 1 hour also, and 1 hour also shows that it's bullish. Now Kumo is now bullish, and Kijun Sen is up, and Chikou span above candles too. So pound AUD so far looks very good to look for a buying opportunity. And then just in case, I check M30. M30 Kijun Sen is now technically flat. So I wait until Kijun Sen turn to bullish in M30. But since I have 1 hour bullish on Kijun Sen and Kumo, this is a good timing to look for a buying opportunity on the lower time frames on pound AUD. So this is my thought process. Again, I check higher time frames, look for a trending market, then break it down to the mid time frames, and then confirm the trend, and then go down to the lower time frames and look for an opportunities. So pound AUD looks good, so I turn this to green, and let me check, let me discuss on the entry confirmation. Yeah, recently on my YouTube comments and also some of the emails, I got the request about where to enter trade. So I think this is the right timing to talk about it. So pound AUD is bullish. And this is 15-minute time frame, and I can see that there is nicely N waves, consecutive N waves. So this means that it's bullish, and the market might retrace, but most likely it will be supported by the previous resistance, and then continue to be bullish. We can expect that scenario in this case. And then also, right now it's band walking. Whenever you see the price in between deviations 1 and 2, this is what I call the band walking. So I take that as one of the entry confirmations. And then also, stochastic is not gold crossing anymore, so I don't simply use a stochastic. I look for the other confirmations to enter trade. And then also I use Fibonacci level. So if you're new to my YouTube, this is how I look for an entry chance. And when I look at M15, M5, I don't use Ichimoku, but instead I use the Bollinger Bands and stochastic. So in terms of the Bollinger Bands, again, I see the band walk. So that's one of the confirmations. And then this pushback. I want to see if this pushback is trustable or not. And to do that, I use Fibonacci to see if this pushback is one of the Fibonacci levels. So I take the Fibonacci from low to high, and then I can exactly see that this level was 23.6%. You see? So that means the market may retrace, but most likely it will be supported by the 23.6% level and then goes up. So that means I can trust this pushback. But if this pushback was above the 23.6% or somewhere in between these two levels, or it will be below 61.8% like this, then I can't trust this pushback. So I don't use that as one of my confirmations. But in this case, since Fibonacci level is valid as a support, I take that also as my second entry confirmation. So like this, I build up the reasons to enter trade in the lower time frames like this. So now I see again band walk and also Fibonacci bounce as a second confirmation. But then I can't see some other confirmations. So in this case, I may wait for a few minutes to see if I can find the third confirmation, which may be an inside bar breakout. Or if we see doji on the next candlestick, and if doji breaks, I take that also as another entry chance. So every time I look for an opportunity to buy, I make sure to look for 3 confirmations, at least 3 confirmations to enter trades. Sorry, let me adjust the screen. Yeah, so far I only see 2 confirmations, so I continue to monitor chart. And this is entry scenario on 15-minute time frame. And then also I take 5-minute time frame to look for a trading edge. So let me go down to the 5-minute. So and I will redo the analysis. Okay, so here is 5-minute time frame, and on this time frame also the market is now band walking. So that's one of the entry confirmations. But looks like other than that, I don't see any other confirmations. Now stochastic was gold crossing, but since it's about to be dead crossing, I don't think I will take that as one of my entry confirmations. So on 5-minute time frame, the best scenario is to wait for the breakout of this resistance, which is 1.9023, and take that. Well, actually, that's there. Before that, there was also an inside bar is happening. This blue bearish candlestick high and low has been including future candles. So this is what I call inside bar, engulfing inside bar. and once it breaks, I take that as my second confirmation. And then by the time it breaks, the resistance, stochastic may be gold crossing again, so I may take that also as a third confirmation. So with that in mind, I simply monitor chart like this way. Yeah, looks like 5 minute is now growing bullish, so I'm expecting the market will break the inside bar and then look for an opportunity to buy. But for now, I just stop because the market may retrace, the market may break the inside bar bearish, and then it may continue to be bearish. And that will be against the major direction, so I'm not going to take trade in that case. So yeah, basically that's how I build up the confirmations. And while waiting for the confirmation to happen, I also check the currency strength chart. So let me open the website. So here is the currency strength chart that I'm using. You can actually find the link on the below description to this web page. But so this website shows the strengths of each currency. So right now, as you can see, the pound green is the strongest, and AUD, the blue, is the weakest right now. So that means pound AUD will be one of the good pairs to trade. Because if the strength is really big like this, that means once you enter trade, then the probability for the market to go up your direction becomes higher. So that's how I refer to the strength chart. So the strength, technically the strength of the pound is now 48, and the strength of Australian dollars is minus 26. So that's a big difference in terms of strength. So yeah, in that sense, pound AUD looks very good to monitor and look for another opportunity to buy. Yeah, and then also JPY has been bullish today, but now it's getting a bit weaker now. And in terms of other pairs, other markets, USD today is bearish, and CAD is also bearish, and Swiss franc and euros are in sideways. So I think pound AUD in that sense is very good to monitor chart. So again, okay, now I see a doji. While discussing the strength chart, I can see that there was a doji candlestick, and the doji is supposed to be broken bullish too. So once it happens, I think that will be a great confirmation to buy. Or to be safer, you can also wait for the breakout of the resistance 1.9023 and buy also. And follow uptrend of the major direction. So yeah, pound AUD, let's monitor closely together until the end of live today. So let me split the window into two. On the left, we continue to monitor pound AUD to see if the breakout happens. Okay, in the meantime, let me continue to screen other pairs. So I was also watching some other JPY pairs. So AUD JPY, I was looking for a buying opportunity, but today is retracing, so not a good chance. And CAD JPY, I was also looking for a buying opportunity, but it's not happening, so I'm still waiting for the breakout to happen or the bullishness to happen to buy. And then Swiss franc JPY has been bullish, but today is retracing, so not a good chance yet. So yeah, so far I think pound AUD looks the best. So that's my analysis overall. Okay, so again, thank you very much for joining everyone. Let me say hi to everyone. So today I'm starting the live 1 hour earlier than regular schedule because I have a meeting in about 30 minutes. So I think I will just do the live for the next 15 minutes or so. But just wanted to say hi to everyone and share my analysis. So that's why I'm here now. Okay, Matt, thanks for joining. Alright, James, good to see you. Blair, thanks for joining too. And Buta, good to see you. Alright, James, Euro Pound settle from earlier. Okay, Euro Pound. Let me check Euro Pound. Oh yeah, Euro Pound was nicely bearish. Right, so we can still look for the selling opportunity. But I would say Pound AUD looks better because from the strength chart, the strengths on the Pound and AUD, the difference between the Pound and AUD strengths is much bigger than Euro Pound. Euro is now 6 and Pound is 48 and AUD is minus 27. So I would say Pound AUD is more volatile and you might be able to make profits in quicker timing. Yeah. Okay. All right. USDJPY. Yeah, USDJPY is now retracing today, so not a good chance. Okay. And while talking, Pound AUD is breaking that resistance as expected, so this is a good chance to buy. So let's say if I buy now, then what I think next is I think about where to put the stop loss. So because I always make sure to put the stop loss whenever I enter trades. So if I enter now, then the stop loss pips, if I take the most recent low, that will be 22 pips of stop loss. And if I take the previous low, and that will be all the way down like 56 pips, which is quite wide. And in that case, I may take the stop loss somewhere in between 28, 22, and 56. And as I look at the market, there was a previous resistances up here, 1.8998. So I can take the stop loss below that level, 33, 34 pips, so that once the market, even if the market retraces, it may be supported and goes up this way. But most likely I will exit before the price hit the stop loss, so I think I will just monitor chart until I exit at the right timing. But yeah, in this case, I take the stop loss of 33 pips down here and enter trade right now. Okay, so this is how I enter trades. But if you want to enter right now, please remember the disclaimer. All the decisions on your entries should be based on your own responsibility. But yeah, this will be the perfect timing for my entry. Yeah, right now I don't enter because I will be having a meeting in about 30 minutes and I won't be able to monitor chart, so I just let it go. But for you, I think this is the best timing to buy. So that's how I enter trade. So again, I check from higher time frame, which is in this case the daily time frame is bullish. And okay, in this case, since there was a daily resistance up here, 1.9029, we may wonder if I wait for the breakout or not. And my answer is no, I don't wait for the breakout and buy, because it's bullish and buyers are dominant over sellers within the market. So that means I would expect the market breaks that resistance and continue to be bullish this way. I mean, more precisely, I expect this kind of wave. I expect the market breaks that resistance and then retest and goes up this way in this case. So I don't mind entering a trade near that resistance in this particular case. Yeah, and also I do look at the Kumo shape. The Kumo means a lot. And whenever you see the Kumo thickness, that means this is stably bullish. So you can expect the breakout to happen. So that's also the reason why I don't wait for that breakout in this particular case. And also, in terms of the risk management, let's say when I enter a trade right now, and if the market goes back, then that means it became a fake breakout. But as long as I exit my trade earlier timing, then I should be fine as always. But if the market grows bullish, then I can expect bigger pips than the losses. So this is worse to trade in my mind. So yeah, that's also the reason why I don't wait for that breakout to happen. Okay, so yeah, let me check some comments. Alright, Sachin, thanks for joining everyone, good to see you. Basit, good to see you. From Saudi Arabia, thanks for joining. Alright, Hoan, good to see you. And Rain, thanks for joining. Talison, good to see you. And Mark, thank you very much for joining. Alright, Win and Reza, good to see you. Alright, Gifang, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, Derek says, what will be your stop loss and target profit? Right, so stop loss I take here, 34 pips down. Slightly below that resistance level is where I put the stop loss in this case. And I don't set the target. I simply keep running the profit as it goes on to be bullish this way. Yeah, so basically I follow uptrend as long as it goes, and when I start to reverse, and when higher time frames start to be flat, Kijun-sen Kumo flat in higher time frame, that's when the market starts to retrace, and it may retrace to Kijun-sen or Tenkan-sen in higher time frames when they go flat, and that's when I look for an exit timing. And usually M5, by the time the market goes flat in higher time frames, then the M5 M5 is not renewing higher. M5 most likely will be ranging or retracing, and that's when I exit my trade. But as long as higher time frames are bullish, I continue to hold. Yeah, I used to set TP like 1 to 3 risk and the reward ratio, for example. So if I take 30 pips of stop loss, then I would take like 90 pips of target. And I kept doing that strategy for my targets, but sometimes the market doesn't reach to 90 pips. Sometimes halfway through, it may reverse, or like if it runs 80 pips, then start to reverse, and it doesn't hit my target, and so I don't use that strategy anymore. I don't fix my targets. I fix my stop loss, I fix my risk per trade, but when it comes to target, I don't fix that. But I simply follow and surrender to the trending market. So that's what I would do. Okay, Reza says, do you believe scalping strategy? I used to be a scalper, but it wasn't for me, so I don't scalp anymore. Yeah, it was too tiring and too busy for me, so I decided not to. Okay, BB Gaming, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you. And Robert, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining today. Alright, Caroline, you're welcome. Alright, AP, good to see you too. Okay. James says, is pound AUD 1 hour Kumo relatively small as in thickness, plus is daily close to resistance? Right, so 1 hour Kumo was a bit thick, but thin. Let me do this 2 windows and pound AUD. So yeah, so pound AUD, this is a daily chart. The price is very close to the resistance, but I don't mind enter trade because of the Kumo thickness in the daily chart. So I expect the market goes up, continue to break, and continue to be bullish, and it may retrace, but most likely it will be supported by the previous resistance and then goes bullish is my scenario. So in this case, I don't mind taking the buying trade. And then in terms of 1 hour, yeah, the Kumo was a bit thick, a bit thin, but as long as daily Kumo is thick like that, it's okay to buy for me. Okay, so looks like the market is going towards our direction. So let's continue to monitor until the end of live today for the next 15 or 20 minutes or so. Okay, Clyde, good to see you. Okay, Carol, thanks for joining. Good to see you too. All right. Reza says, I think the type of trading depends on everyone's personality. I'm interested in markets that don't have much price volatility, and I prefer the strategy I learned from you to enter them. Oh sure, I totally agree with you. Yeah, so I'm not against scalping. If the scalping fits you, then that's fine too. Or if my strategy fits you, then that's fine too. So I have no objections on any strategies. But so you can try some other strategies and see which one fits you. Yeah, if you have been doing the swing trading, trend following like myself, but it may not fit you, and if you start to do contrarian trades, then it may work for you too. So you can try some different strategies and see which one fits you. At least that was my experience. Yeah, I did the scalping, and that took me too much time and effort and pressure from me, so it wasn't for me. And contrarian trading, it was not for me either, because it was not really healthy psychologically for me. So I'm a trend follower like this way. Okay. Caroline, do you put a take profit? No, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I don't put the stop loss. I do put the stop loss, but I don't take the TP. Okay. Oh, James, thank you very much for your comment. So if you liked the live stream so far, please press the like button before you leave. That would be great. Okay, so looks like the market is going towards our direction now. This is only a few pips still. This is only 17 pips, but at least it's going up, so we can continue to monitor the trade. Okay, PF says, how much time would you suggest for mastering KTS if we learn from your YouTube videos? Plus, do we need to backtest all your 21 pairs by KTS or just focus on mastering KTS? I think it depends on the person how long it takes to master KTS. But for sure, you have to backtest on your own and make it work for yourself. Yeah, you can't just simply learn my videos and then start to take trades without practicing. You have to practice, and you have to prove yourself that it works for you, and then you put some money and do live trades. So for me, I did my backtesting on my 21 pairs on my watch list, and I proved myself that it works. So that's why they are here. So for example, New Zealand pairs, I backtested it and it didn't really work for me, so I don't put them here. Okay, Principals, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you. Okay, Mosen, thank you for joining too. Michael, good to see you. Thank you very much. Okay, when to change stop loss to break even. So break even timing is when you see an N wave above your position. That's when you set break even. So you move the stop loss, you drag the stop loss higher and drop above your position. That's what I call the break-even line. And this is my philosophy on my trades, is that the until I set break-even is the game I play. Because after I set break-even, even if the market reverse, I don't lose anything. So I have no emotion. I have nothing to worry about. So until you set break-even is the game you want to play. After that, you simply leave for a couple hours and see if it goes up or not. If it just continues to be bullish, you come back and start to trail the profits. So after I set break-even, I usually leave chart for a couple of hours. Yeah, I don't even look at the markets, because I don't lose anymore. And if you keep trading in this manner, then you don't lose big. So yeah, continue to monitor until you set break even. Okay. Okay, let's see. Luke says, hello Master K from South Africa. Alright, thank you very much for joining today. Okay, Rodimis says, what do you think about Pound JPY? Yeah, Pound JPY, I think it's not a good timing to buy yet, because mid time frame, 1 hour is now flat, and 1 hour is also very choppy, and M30 is also very choppy. So wait until they go up, or wait for the breakout of that resistance and buy. That's for Pound JPY. Yeah, James, you're welcome. Okay, so I think that was a good timing to discuss on the entry strategy of mine. So Pound AUD, let's continue to monitor and see if it goes up. In terms of the exit timing with the loss, let's say the market goes back, and if you have been losing for the last couple of trades, then you can simply manually exit at the break even. You just exit on the break even, that's fine too. Or you can exit when the market breaks the recent high on M5. So in this particular trade, the market went up, and we took the band walking, and also this inside and the doji breakout. So I would exit when the market breaks the resistance and then goes down and somewhere in this area, or maybe I wait for the breakout of that inside and then exit my trade. So that will be an exit scenario. So always think about where to exit your trade with a loss whenever you enter trades. In a sense, I don't expect my profit to make every time I enter trades, but instead I simply think about or to exit with a loss in case the market reverse, and then I take entries every time. And I think this is a very important mindset for the risk management. Whenever you buy, you may always expect the market grows towards a direction, but the most important question is, what would you do if it reverses, and where would you exit your trade? Yeah, that scenario always have to be included whenever you enter trades. Okay, Caroline, thank you for joining. Good to see you from Canada, Montreal. Thank you very much for joining. Okay, Mithil says, can you check gold? Sell, but weekly and monthly bullish crossover. So, okay, let me check gold. I think gold is still ranging, as I checked charts yesterday, but let me check. Yeah, let's see. Gold daily chart is within the Kumo now, no trend, and weekly is technically bullish, so the price may retrace to the Kijun Sen and then bounce and goes up. But there's a room to Kijun Sen, so that means it may continue to be down until the market reaches the weekly Kijun Sen. So in a very short term, this market may be bearish. And then 1 hour is range. This is way too spiky. Yeah, so in this case, I don't even analyze the market because this is way too choppy. Very much unpredictable which way it's going. So I prefer to choose some stable trending markets in Forex. Yeah, so in this case, I simply come back tomorrow and see what we can find. Okay, Principal says, would you take a look at USDJPY please? Yeah, USDJPY, I think I have covered already. But yeah, USDJPY daily is still bullish. But this is, Kijun Sen is flat. So that means the market is now in the middle of the retracement, and it may be supported by the Tenkan Sen and goes up this way. So this is still bullish to me. Yeah, in the long term. So basically JPY pairs are bullish, so I'm still waiting for the breakout or any bullish confirmations to happen on these markets. Yeah, so let's see. All in one, yeah, you're welcome. Alright, James, alright, have to go. Thank you very much for joining every time. Have a great day. Okay. Gold 1 month. You mean monthly chart? Let's see. Gold monthly chart is now showing range. It's near the resistance. So the market may retrace. You see Kijun Sen is now flat. So that means this is bearish in the monthly chart. So it's really simple. And 1 hour is very choppy. So we have to, the best scenario I think is to wait for the breakout of that resistance and buy. But even before the break happens, if I see some good opportunity, then I would go in. Just like I explained on the pound AUD, I would go in before the break happens, and then once the break happens really, then the market grows really big. So I do check the Kumo shape and mid time frame confirmations, and then enter trade before the break happens. So that will be the scenario. Okay, so looks like pound AUD is now going towards our direction. So whoever traded in today's live stream are making some profits now. But so far, the profit running is only 21 pips, 22 pips, which is very small. So I keep running it until I set break even. Okay, principals, you're welcome. Okay, TamFX, thank you very much for joining. Okay, so, okay, this is almost the end of the live. I think I will end in about 3 minutes or so. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, Tarun says, hi Sensei, do you trade in retracement of Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen? Yes, I do. If I see Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen retracement in higher time frames, I mean, if Kijun-sen retracement happens on monthly chart, for example, like in the case of gold. So here is a monthly chart, Kijun-sen is now flat, and so far it has been bearish candlestick, you see? So this is the Kijun-sen retracement situation. So if I were to sell gold, then target would be the monthly Kijun-sen. If this is happening on the weekly chart also, my target will be on the weekly Kijun-sen. And if I see downtrend in the lower time frames, then I enter trade and take sell. So yes, I do use the Kijun-sen or Tenkan-sen retracement strategy like this. But I make sure to look for an entry confirmations, entry reasons to sell or buy based on the lower time frames. I simply don't jump in the market just because Kijun-sen flat. Okay, yeah, Derek, you're welcome. Thank you very much for the comment. Okay, so now let me finish the live stream. So I guess today was a good lesson about some entry example and stop loss strategy on the live market. So again, GTS Global Trading School in July, the seat is filling soon. So if you're interested, then please let me know by email. Then I can give you more details. This is my 3 months training course, and I only take up to 5 members in a group every 3 months. Okay, thank you very much again. I hope you have a great day, great week, and hope to see you on the next one. So until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you very much.